Hey, welcome to Bartlow's Barbecue, and today we are unboxing the cast iron grill grate from Solo Stove, and we are going to be smoking a tri-tip, doing the flip method until we reach our perfect internal temperature there we're looking for. So let's dive into the details, unbox this thing, fire up the Solo Stove, and get to grilling. Let's talk firewood and firing up the Solo Stove. The first thing you want to make sure you're doing is purchasing kiln dried firewood. This is going to be a denser type of wood. That process allows it to dry out any of the moisture, to have a green and clean burn. It's just a better experience. And then whenever we're cooking on the Solo Stove specifically, no matter what you're cooking, I like to add some wood chunks in there. But specifically the wood that we're using today is Jealous Devil logs, which is a oak and hickory mix. And I'm gonna just throw, in good measure, for different flavor, a pecan flavor as we cook a tri-tip. And so that's kind of a few things you want to keep in mind as you're setting this up. And if you're new to Solo Stove or any kind of fire pit experience, we're going to be using the log method to build our fire, where you set 2 logs at the bottom and then another set of 2 going the opposite way, and you're building up a little log cabin, and then you can get some fire starters underneath to get that going. And then we're also going to use the grill torch to help us along to get this cook going faster. And then lastly, as we prepare the tri-tip here in a moment, I want to point your attention that we are going to let this fire burn, and it's going to get real hot, and then I'm going to let it cool down until it gets back down to the embers again. Then I'm going to put the grilling cooking system on top of the Solo Stove, let it heat up for 10 minutes. Then we are going to commence grilling so that we don't have just ginormous flames over killing not just the food, but just producing too much heat. We want to bring it down to the embers, where we can actually cook this steak at a hot temperature but manageable while we're cooking. So that's our agenda. So let's light this up, prepare the tri-tip, and get smoking. All right, we are going to fire up the Solo Stove. I've got my logs set up here. I'm gonna throw in some fire starters at the bottom and then get this thing going. And once this is lit, throw in the pecan. So let's get going. If you've never seen one of these, this is Grill Blazer's grill torch, the sous vide version. It's awesome for lighting charcoal, your wood fire, and doing searing. I've got a link in the bio. All right, we got this lit. We're gonna let it catch fire, and then we will get this thing going, cool it down, put on the grilling set, and let's prepare the tri-tip, and then we'll bring you back. All right, friends, if you really like the Grill Blazer grill torch, which helps you light up your charcoal in under a minute or even sear food, Grill Blazer is going to give you a 10% discount. So just type in the word Bartlow. I'll put a link in the description to find the website. Just type in Bartlow as your promo code and get a great discount on this grill torch. They've got 2 different versions. Again, this is awesome. You're about to see this in action. And again, you'll see it in more videos as I like charcoal or sear food. All right, now that we've burned down the firewood towards the end, it's kind of ashed over. You're still seeing flames. We're gonna put the grill accessory on top. It lifts up to create amazing and taller grill grate space. Put on the cast iron, and you're gonna see it has little bevels on the back and little stand on the bottom. And also, it's got deep indentions on this cast iron to catch grease, so it's not just all dripping in the Solo Stove. So we're gonna let this heat up for 10 minutes. throw on the tri-tip, do our flip method, and show you what it looks like. All right, friends, we are about to put on the tri-tip on this cooking surface. And you can see the openings on all sides. This has allowed you to refuel, add some wood chunks. We're gonna go ahead and do that now. And I'm gonna go ahead and test the fire temperature. This goes past 1,000 degrees. Some parts it's around 600, 700. If I get under the fire, we're at 1,000 degrees on this cooking surface. We're around 700 to 500 depending where we are at. So we're gonna drop this down. We're gonna do the cooking or the flipping method. I'm using my meat stick wireless thermometer to monitor the temps. This is a high heat thermometer, so it should be able to endure this just fine for our quick flip method. So right now we've got a clean burn, just like you would for a charcoal grill. You don't want dirty smoke, you want clean smoke. That's why I've let this die down to almost the ashes. But once I hit the steak on the grill, I imagine it's gonna sun-kiss some of that grease onto the fire and then get some flames up, which I don't mind one bit. So let's go ahead and do that, get some grill marks. Oh yeah, the wonderful sear. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's searing right now. We're gonna do this for a few minutes. This way, flip it 90 degrees, get some good hatch marks. Use my tongs from Solo Stove, flip it, and then we'll keep on flipping. So I'm gonna put this over here, grab my tongs and keep an eye on this and bring you in for a close-up. All right, friends, we are done. We hit the internal temperature I'm looking for, which is around that 125 or so, just because I'm cooking this for my family and they like it around that temperature. And then it's gonna let it rest in foil for about 5 to 10 minutes, let it continue to rise just a little bit, and then put on a plate and serve it, show you the final results. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off. And as I'm putting this on here, I'll show you a close-up of what this looks like on the screen, let it rest, do a slicing and taste test, and a final review. All right, so we finished up cooking this tri-tip. We used a Santa Maria rub and it was delicious. It's by far one of my favorite Santa Maria barbecue rubs from BBQ Operation, or Operation Barbecue, I believe what it's called, and it's delicious. We use a little Frank's hot sauce as a binder. We did the flip method where we just every 90 seconds turned it to get the grill marks and then flipped it the other side until we got to the internal temperature we were looking for of 125 to 130. Let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes. I just sliced into it, had a bite before I jumped on camera, but I'm gonna show you a little taste test on camera, and it's so delicious. Give you my final review here. Superb. I love the smoky flavor. There's nothing like open fire cooking. I just love any steak or any kind of food you can cook over a wood fire or charcoal. Just tastes so delicious. I think this elevated the tri-tip even more typically than I would on my charcoal grill. I typically like to reverse sear steaks, which is my preferred method, but man, this was up there on one of my top tri-tips so far. It just elevated the flavor, being a wood fire, added some wood chunks for smoky flavor. Then you got the cast iron grill grate, which was already seasoned, and you can usually also do another layer of oil on it before you cook too. And you just add all those things together, it elevated this cook. It was delicious. And as I'm talking, and I probably already showed it to you early on, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside after I took a bite for you. So again, this is a fun cook. If you're new to backyard barbecue, or specifically Solo Stove, they're known for their fire pits, and this is the Yukon, which is the largest of their fleet, and they just came out with this grilling accessory, cast iron grill accessory to turn your backyard fire pit into a grill. In addition to that, they also have a solo stove grill, which I have a video and I'll link it to you as well to make it easy for you to check out. And again, links in the description if you're interested in checking out one of the solo stove bonfires and their grills, or also their fire pits. That's pretty stellar. So let YouTube know if I've earned your subscription so far and I've added value to you today around backyard barbecue and grilling, to like the video, comment on it, even share it with some friends. Let me know what you thought of this cook, what you thought of the tri-tip, and more importantly, let me know what you thought of the solo stove grilling accessory and how it performed. I'm gonna give it an A. I thought it performed really well. One other little thing I'm thinking of is I did, to kind of give it a little flame kiss touch to the meat, I added 1/2 log towards the end. Once I kind of burned it down to the ashes, I added 1 more half log just to kind of get more flames on there for a final sear. But man, it turned out awesome. Again, friends, appreciate each one of you for watching and liking the channel and supporting us on this journey together. And again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love. Good barbecue.